Joe and I have got a crummy day for fishing. I mean, a crummy day. I'm fishing with Joe Hall, the Roadrunner man. Ugh. I told Joe he needed to thumb those fish. His fish he had was like twice this size. That's a 1.25 pound fish. He had like a 2.5 pound fish. But that's a nice big crappie right there. Nothing wrong with that crappie. And are you leaving? I'll catch you again. and you heard me right. I said a crummy day for fishing. And now, there ain't no such animal, is it? I mean, it don't matter what it is. It's not a crummy day for fishing. It's just impossible. But it is cold. I mean, it's colder than a booger out here. And everybody knows how cold a booger is. I mean, a booger's cold. That's all there is to it. The wind is blowing. We're protected where we are right here. We're protected. But the wind is blowing about 30 miles an hour out of the north. The temperature has dropped. I'm telling you, it's cold. See how my hands, they're frozen. See that? Look at that, they're frozen. Can't even hardly move my fingers. The temperature has dropped 20 degrees the last couple of hours. Big, huge rainstorm come through. Look what's coming in right now. Blue clouds, you look over there, that's a storm passed. After a cold front, the crummiest conditions you can get in fishing. But if you knew how to land fish, we'd have caught 2 already. We've only been out here about an hour. That's not bad. Not bad. We're going to catch them, Joe. Trust me.
We will catch them.
Trust me. We will catch them. Try to steal this car. You got a fish?
Yeah, I think we found a bass.
A bass? I'm going to go over here and tie up to this tree then.
I think we found a bass.
You found a fish right here. Boy, that fish was down on the bottom. Oh, yeah, Joe. Yeah, buddy. Don't try to lift that one in. That's all I can tell you.
I know.
Do not try to lift that one in.
She's gonna try to jump.
Nice fish. Wow.
There.
Wow, looky there. That's what I'm talking about.
Here we go. Small bait.
That is what I'm talking about.
You be the judge on the fish. I'll repeat. Small bait. You be the judge. We'll take some more of those, Jimmy.
Let me see him, Joe. Oh, Joe, that's nice. I was tying up to a tree while you were landing it. Look at the belly on that booger.
She's full.
Yeah.
Need to go spawn.
If I were you, yeah, that fish full of eggs.
Need to go spawn.
They can't breathe out of water, Joe.
Need to go spawn.
Just telling you that just so you'd know. I didn't know if you knew or not.
What's a good timing? You got him on there.
You got him, Joe? Ooh, Joe, that's a big one. Ooh, Joe.
Lip him, I know lip him.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Joe and I are just moving around, and we get around to fish. We'll stop and tie up a little bit and hopefully catch more. But ironically, that hasn't happened, has it?
Well, this was out here in the middle.
Yeah, they're still out deep. It's cold, and the water's not, the
Come on,
water's
Joe, come on. There we go.
just right at 60 degrees. They just haven't, they haven't moved up shallow yet. Yeah. They're all getting out here staging and getting ready. But when they do that, they normally bunch up. And we should actually be finding quite a few fish, and we're not. The one good thing about it, Joe, even if it is after a cold front and it's cold, the one thing that's going to happen is, you got another one?
There you go.
As the day goes on, it's going to get warmer. It's going to be pretty nice, probably, and maybe this wind will slow down before the day's out.
Jimmy, this one was out here in the same spot as the other one.
Yep.
And it hit on the drop.
My tie-up would have been good, except the tree broke.
This was not quite the size.
Every one of those fish have been female fish.
Yeah.
Every one of them been big old fat, full of eggs.
Here's the color we're using today after cold front.
You got the fluorescent red head on?
Yeah, I got after the cold front.
That's exactly the color you use.
Cold front color. And it was a cold front, as Jimmy said earlier.
Definitely. There is a crappie. Look at that guy. Joe, you want to keep a few?
I think that's a good idea.
That's a male. I don't mind keeping male crappie. Girls I don't want to keep, but I don't mind that at all. Ooh, yeah. That's a pretty nice sized male crappie. Looky here, Joe. You see that right there? See that mark on the side, that mark right there?
Yes.
There's a little mark there, but the big mark over here on this side right there, that's where a cormorant has had a hold of that bird, that crappie.
Bird?
Yeah, cormorant's had a hold of that crappie, and the fish got away from it.
So what that happened when the fish was just a fry?
Do what?
When the fish was a fry?
No, when the fish was large, when the fish was that size right there. Yeah, when the fish is that size right there and it got away from it. The cormorant will eat that size fish, no problem. He'll eat a bass this big. A blue heron will eat a bass 5 pounds. I've seen it happen. I've got videotape of it.
Can you turn the aerator on?
Yeah. Put it on.
Recirculate?
Recirculate, yeah.
So I push those both 2 left buttons.
I think I have to get back here and look.
Yeah, he is.
That's a little small crappie.
He's a little small, but it's getting
You
bigger.
can lift that one in.
The closer he gets, the bigger he gets.
Lift him in, put him in the box. I've got to take a, I don't know.
Now, I want to show you how quick I am on the trigger to set the hook.
All right.
Look at this.
Looks pretty slow to me. Looks like the fish missed the bait and you hooked it outside the mouth.
You don't want to keep that one, do you?
Yeah, go ahead and keep it, yeah.
Keep that one?
Yeah, I had to take a little bit home to Chris's mom.
Okay.
Chris's mom, if I go crappie fishing.
That's for grandmother.
Either that or I got to tell her I've been bass fishing, one or the other.
That's for grandmother.
Yeah, got to take some home to Chris's mama. That's a bluegill, I believe.
A bluegill?
Bluegill or a bass.
Yeah, pretty good
Bluegill.
pull to it. Those bluegill.
Pretty stud sized bluegill though. I'm telling you, look at that. Look at that.
Do you ever?
That's a giant.
Do you ever fillet any of those?
It's the size of my hand. No, I don't ever keep bluegill. But that's a big one. That's a pretty good fillet you can have there. I can't hardly get my hand around him.
Woohoo! It's amazing how hard they hit.
They're behind the boat, Joe, back there where you are.
Wow.
Doggone it, Joe. I have to come back
I
here and get this, and
it
then gonna
came right in here
get down there and get my motor or my power pole or something.
I've been fishing there for. Here, I got one right up on your end of the boat.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, you fish up there and I'll fish back here. Mine's a big one. I don't know about yours, pal.
Now, isn't that something?
Good.
You flip on
Yours is a pretty good one, too.
You
threw the front of the boat and I threw the back of the boat. That's a pair right there now. That's a pair of big crappie right there.
Come on.
Look at there. Look at there. That's a pair of big crappie. Whose is bigger?
Whose is bigger?
Those fish are identical. Look at that.
What do you mean they're identical?
Well, they're identical except mine's bigger.
No, yeah. Here, you want to kiss this one? So the key to this is.
Give me that fish.
Let me give it here. Here, go. The key to this is.
That one went that way. Your fish went back to that tree.
Yours went that way.
My fish went that way. Is that crazy?
The key to this is in your front of the boat, you throw to the back, and in the back of the boat, you throw to the front. Are you gonna stand back here?
Why not? This is where the fish
Well,
are.
I caught yours. This one up there and yours. This spot up there. Aren't you gonna wipe the slime off your hands?
Joe, you're supposed to wipe the top of my motor off fishing back here. Look how dusty it is.
I did once.
Look at that. I can't believe that.
A year and a half ago.
There's a spider there on the power pole. I hate spiders. I come back here and police up your end of the boat. Golly, motors need to be wiped off. Power pole's got spiders on it.
I was doing just fine until you came back here.
You polish that thing up a little bit. I ain't gonna fish back here. That back of the boat's dirty. I'm gonna fish up here where it's nice and clean and pretty. Joe, dump me out of the boat. You got a fish? You got a fish? I believe you have a fish. I believe you have a crappie. Is that a bass or a crappie?
Bass.
Yeah, I was saying. If that's a crappie, it's a giant. Just a pretty nice bass. Not a giant bass, but a pretty nice bass.
This is what you call a tournament bass.
That's exactly right. That's kind of skinny. That looks like me.
Yeah.
Kind of slim and trim.
Slim and trim. A lot of room for growth. Go back in and grow, honey.
Yeah, don't be kissing on that and something wrong with it. I don't like them skinny ones. I get them big old fat girls. It is a pretty big crappie. I mean, I thought it was a huge bass is what I thought it was, but it's a big crappie. He was in a bush, though. He was down in a bush. That is a big old crappie.
That's a nice crappie.
You know, I thought I was hung up. I didn't feel the fish hit, and I set the hook. Golly, look at that fish. Will you look at that? Look how big that belly is. It's plumb full of eggs.
Broad, yes.
Get her back in there real quick. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. There she goes. Yeah, she's fine. Well, way to go, Joe. That's better. You're supposed to do that before you start. And now that looks nice. I like that.
I'm a slow learner.
That looks good. I do the sides too. I do the side of the boat too.
Listen to this.
All right. Ooh, it's another nice crappie. That crappie thinks it's a bass. Yeah, that crappie thinks it's a bass. Yes, you do,
That little
Sugar Bear.
male.
I believe I'll turn that one back. We haven't really caught hardly any small ones to keep, have we, Joe? That's a crappie too.
Crappie too?
Yeah, it's a crappie too. Ooh, boy, I tell you, clear water's harder to fish, but it is gorgeous when you get your fish up the boat. Look at that thing. Isn't that pretty? Come here, come here, come here, big girl. Come here, big girl. You know, that is a giant crappie, and we've caught some twice that big. I'm talking twice that big. And that is a giant fish right there. Is that a crappie?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is a nice crappie. We haven't put many in the box today. Might be able to put that in the box. I don't know. What do you think, Joe? That's a girl, isn't it? I think, yeah.
I think that's a throwback.
Yeah, I think it is a throwback.
Yeah.
A lot of them, the eggs aren't very well developed yet.
Like I said, we've caught so many large ones. That's not a bad one, but
Yeah, but it's not.
got to go grow up a little more.
Not near as big as some of them. All sizes. We'll take them all. They all count one.
We're not bashful.
Some of them count one, and some of them count one. Boy, you just get it down there and down there and down there and down there, and finally, big old crappie gets a hold of it. I mean, they're big ones too.
Hey, you got your little red-headed
they
there.
are big ones. You know, we have caught almost no male crappie today. Nearly every crappie's been a big old giant female. Woo-hoo. Joe, I caught it on my color I put on.
You slipped on your Christmas tree color, didn't you?
Yep. Fluorescent red head, black and chartreuse turbo tail. You got one? What was that I heard splashing? That fish trying to get back in the boat?
Yeah, trying to jump out
You
over
want
here.
back in here, buddy?
Oh, that's got to be a bass.
No, that's crappie. The males are stronger than the females, and if you get a real big one like you got right there,
That
and see how thick he is?
That's
a male, but you see how thick he is and how big he is?
that was a lot of pull there.
That's right. That's right. The males are stronger.
Isn't that?
And they're gorgeous. Look how black and pretty
They are
he is.
just absolutely. Come on. They took it
And
like
if you fillet the males and the females have got a tender meat. They're
Want
more
to keep
tender.
that one?
No, he's too big.
He's too big to keep. Listen
He's
to
too
that.
big.
That's a good.
That's a good problem to have, isn't
That's
it,
a good
Joe?
problem to have. Too big here.
He's too big.
It's too big. Too big. Yeah. Male or female?
Male.
Got the box open?
Those little males. Little males. I fish about 1.25 pounds.
That's not a little male.
No, it's not.
That's a big male.
He's still gonna go in the box.
He's seen Happy Bob.
Little hot hole here. This is one of the few places where we caught several. I really didn't catch that one in the same place where you caught them last two. There's another one. Got a little hot hole out there, Joe.
Honey hole.
What do you got? Crappie or bluegill?
That's crappie. Come on, Ted. Is this one going to be too large to keep?
Oh, I don't know. Get him up here and we'll see. Looks like gonna be a female. What it looks like to me. Large enough, I know that.
I think I better be just a little careful here with this one.
Yeah, it's a female. Let me look at it and see. I don't know. I don't know, Joe. What do you think? What do you think, Joe?
It's a male.
Put it in live well.
See?
Yeah, put it in
Male.
live well.
You're a male? You're a male.
Occasionally I make a mistake. Occasionally I end up cleaning one of the things in it, but not very often.
Oh, like I said, Grandma's going to like that one.
I got to have a few in the...
Well, you know what? But we have to test them for Grandma to make sure that it's just cooked just right.
There you go.
Would you agree? Test them for Grandma.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Fishing with the right color lure is obviously very, very important in bass fishing, but it's probably even more important in crappie fishing. And if you'll look, this is one of my Blakemore Roadrunner boxes that I carry with me all the time in fishing. As a matter of fact, I've probably got a half a dozen of these boxes and that I put together that's got all of my favorite colors in them. And with this box, you could probably fish just about any lake under any kind of condition, anywhere in the world, no matter what kind of fish you're fishing for. If you'll look at my head colors here, I've really only got 3 colors: chartreuse, I've got fluorescent red, and I've got white. I've got both 1/8 ounce and 1/16 ounce heads. Now, as far as the color choice here kind of notice, and a couple, 2 or 3 colors just jump out at you. Probably the very best way to know that you're fishing with the right color is to use a color selector. You can buy them at Bass Pro. They're very inexpensive. That unit took 9 years study to pick out the very perfect colors that fish can see under any kind of water conditions. But if you'll notice, I've got a lot of chartreuse. And I can just tell you one thing. In most shallow water, clear water applications, you want some chartreuse, you want some red, you want some blue. These 3 colors right here will work in many, 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 many types of water conditions, many, many types of lakes, a lot of different species. Chartreuse, fluorescent yellow, that's a color that bass can see in almost any kind of shallow water condition. Some colors like black and chartreuse. This is a color that I use if I'm in a lake that's got a lot of bass. I think I've got a good opportunity to catch a lot of bass. A shad color or a white. These are the color that I'm going to use in a lot of summertime situations where the fish are feeding mostly on shad. Get into colors like your oranges and your yellows. That's the colors I'm going to use where I've got a good crawdad population. This particular color box, just look at it, that'll cover you and help you catch fish under almost any kind of condition.